Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rage Quit Radio. Specifically, welcome to Delta Squad, our Power Rangers SPD-inspired RPG. I'm your Game Master Mike, and I am joined by our players.
I'm Josh, also known as Aoi Okami for this session, our resident Syrian police officer.
And your Topaz champion.
See, I don't even gotta say it anymore, folks.
He's rolling better today. We'll give it a pass.
I don't even know why he was reserved. You might as well have just gone and done it.
I'm Judy, playing Felicia Tien, not the Topaz champion.
I'm Chris, playing Felix Max.
I got nothing else. I'm RJ, playing Adam Marvin.
Alright, folks, so quick reminders on how you can help our players. This is part 2 of episode 2, a new breed of hero. And you can help our players whether it is in the chat during our premiere or whether it is in the comments down below. There are hashtags right under me here on screen. Hashtag power up, hashtag super, hashtag mega, hashtag ultra, hashtag hyper. You can use those to help our players in future sessions, starting with episode 3, which we'll be taping in about a month from when we're actually doing this here live today. But leave those in the comments or leave them in the live chat, and our players can cash those in. Right now, courtesy of you guys from episode 1, they have 1 hashtag super for +2 to any single attack roll, 1 hashtag ultra to give them an extra die for attack and damage. It acts just like the ultra gems that they pull. And they have 1 hashtag hyper, which is the only hashtag they can spend after they see their roll. It will make a 6 explode. That means they can roll it again and add whatever they get to 6. If they keep rolling 6s, they keep rolling again and again and again. So they could get 1 really ridiculous roll. And it's for any die. For those people who play L5R who know that that's where I got this mechanic from, including damage.
I don't know L5R, so I have no idea.
So, or if you're a Deadlands player, I think Deadlands does not let damage dice explode.
No, it doesn't.
So, I know Old School didn't.
No.
I don't know if Savage Worlds does or not. Savage Worlds
Oh,
does.
Savage Worlds it does?
Oh, yeah.
Old school Deadlands it didn't, I don't believe. So, I could be wrong. Or I could have just had a game master one time who
Didn't want to
do it.
Yeah, didn't want to do with it.
So, I don't know. But anywho, right now they've got the, like I said, 1 hashtag super, 1 hashtag ultra, 1 hashtag hyper. If I'm looking at the table correctly, I see 2 red power gems, I see 2 pink, 1 yellow, 1 blue, and 3 ultras. So, they've got those at their disposal as well, keeping in mind that every time I roll a 1, which thus far has happened one time.
He's doing much better.
One time. They also get to pull another power gem and add it to their pool. Alright, so, when last we left, you were assisting in the testing of the Delta Trooper Gavin armor, being worn and field tested by Dr. Ryan Steele. After engaging him in combat with standard anti-personnel weaponry, you did what should have been significant damage. And yet, he continued to move forward and keep coming.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yep.
You guys did suffer some damage. What is everybody's hit points at?
I'm at 75, 66, 68.
Okay. Those hit points do not regenerate for what we're fixing to do because the entire campus has been put on red alert. Commandant Murphy has come down to you and has informed you that there is an emergency situation, and he has with him a briefcase containing the SPD morphers and has told you this time, unfortunately, it's not temporary.
Wait,
I believe last thing I said was sir.
What?
wait, what's happening here? What do you mean temporary? What happened?
The 3 of us and Rodriguez were temporarily assigned Rangers during the last incident a couple weeks ago.
That's public knowledge.
Okay.
So you would know that. Long-range sensors cannot locate Bravo Squad shuttle.
Oh no.
As of this moment, the B Squad Power Rangers and the entire SPD senior class are considered missing in action.
Oh. Oh no.
And I guess senior class is A squad.
Senior class would be C Squad.
So where's A?
There is no A Squad.
We don't mention A Squad.
Timeout for in-character stuff. In the SPD television series, and we do follow this part of canon,
Right.
there was an A Squad. A Squad was the active duty. B Squad was your senior class.
Gotcha.
C Squad was the junior
Okay.
class, so on.
Okay, so-
A Squad turned traitor during the events of Power Rangers SPD
That's right,
and
that's
joined
right.
with Emperor Grumm's army.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen it, so my apologies.
So when B Squad graduates, they are promoted to A Squad, and they refuse the promotion on grounds of what A Squad had done. So then
They are
Commander
down.
Doggy Kruger basically abolishes A Squad, makes B Squad the active
class.
duty, and on down the road. So
Okay.
So back at it.
Okay.
The only thing that we have found in the vicinity of their shuttle is traces of weapons fire. There is also a shuttle en route at a high rate of speed. It is set to land in Mariner Bay, California. We don't know what's on it. We assume that it is hostile because the energy signature matches the hostile sentient that you did battle with a week and a half ago.
A hostile sentient attacks Earth, and then Bravo and Charlie squads go missing. This can't be a coincidence.
So, after conferring with Commandant Tate, you are hereby field promoted as Delta Squad. You are now active duty Power Rangers. Cadet Rodriguez and Detective Sergeant Umiko are your first mission objective. They're missing.
Thought it seemed strange that he wasn't back with the rest of us.
The last trace of their location when we found their squad car was a transmat signature.
And in what condition was the squad car, sir?
It's due to be scrapped tomorrow morning. Forensics is looking it over now because they have found traces of a very powerful poison throughout pretty much the entire squad car.
Where does this poison originate? Do we know?
No.
So it could be another creature's ability.
Could. It does not match any alien life form on file.
Much like the one we encountered before.
Correct. Cadet Marvin,
Sir.
you are hereby promoted to SPD Delta Squad Red Ranger. You've shown a level-headedness and your willingness to hand over your powers to a more experienced officer shows that you have the best interest of your team and civilians at heart.
Sir.
Cadet Okami,
Sir.
this comes at Detective Sergeant Sinichi's recommendation. He sees a great deal of potential in you. And when he was in the senior class, he was the backup candidate for these powers. You are the Delta Squad Green Ranger. Cadet Manx,
Sir.
Your team leader has a sense of seriousness, of dedication. What he lacks is inventiveness and resourcefulness. Making up for your leader's shortcomings is the very definition of a second in command. You are promoted to SPD Delta Blue. And Cadet Tien. Detective Sergeant Umiko said, and I quote, "I thought it suited her sunny disposition. You are Delta Squad Yellow Ranger." Rangers? Yeah, you do need to rearrange your dice.
Okay.
You can rearrange pencils if you want to.
Is that going to negate my? Is that going to make my strong bonus down to a -1 to a +1? All right.
No, if it says it on your card, it sticks.
Okay.
Don't forget the pencil choosing.
Boswell.
Coordinate! As team captain, I say coordinate. My first role as team captain is to coordinate outcomes.
Find my missing cadet.
Sir.
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 Find this sentient and bring it in. Actually, let me check your box real quick. I do need to check it for one card that shouldn't be there yet. Good, it's not in there. Okay. All right. There should be 5 of you going on this mission. Dr. Steele, I see this as an opportunity for a more practical field test. By order of Supreme Commander Doggy Kruger, I am now activating the Delta Trooper program, and you are assigned to SPD Delta Squad to assist in their efforts. You see the doctor? Yes, sir. He powers down the armor. Let's go get your friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Head off to get a vehicle, I guess, to drive there? Or are we running? Like, how does that process work?
well, you are in Virginia.
Yeah.
For the record, the actual TV show never said where New Tech City is. So I say it's in Virginia because every map that they've ever put it on shows water on the East Coast. So I'm assuming that's the Atlantic Ocean. So that's how we're playing it.
Gotcha.
So, actually, the quickest route there in this case would be to use, essentially would be to fly. Okay. And you can very easily take a jet to get there.
Yeah.
So, alright.
Because we've assumed at this point that Rodriguez and them have been taken to wherever.
Yes, the assumption and evidence seems to indicate that they are wherever the transmat.
That's why I said car at first. Like, do we need to go to the crime scene? Because it's like, wait a minute, we can probably just go to California.
CSI is currently analyzing the car, and they will get that information to you directly.
We gotta go rescue the heart of
once
our
we're
team.
once we're getting ready for flight stuff, I look to the doctor, and as calmly as I possibly can, I since he is like, you know, I let the team understand this. Like, yes, I am in charge of the team, so he is a senior officer here. So, just at the end of the day, we'll follow your instructions as far as like anything extra that's needed. I'm probably wording that wrong, but you know what I mean.
He looks at you.
be looking at me.
Yeah. Cadet Marvin,
Dr. Steele.
it's your show, kid. And Commandant Murphy assigned me to your team.
Noted, sir.
Come on, Marvin. I was like, you're the leader for a reason.
And by the way, I hate being called sir. If you're going to call me by a title, Doctor works.
Yes, sir.
Really? Alright, leader. What's next?
All right, so we know this ship is coming in, right? This drop ship or whatever that's coming. Where is it landing in California?
It is destination, as far as trajectory shows, is Mariner Bay. Mariner Bay is the site of the Lightspeed Rescue Academy, which is your sister organization. They are search and rescue, emergency services, so on and so forth, on a global scale.
Right.
So
Do they have a ranger team?
they do. At the moment, their ranger team is off-world.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I would request that I'm assuming we've been in contact with them. Let them know that the thing is coming there. Right? Have we let them know that we're coming?
Yes.
Okay. Is it going to be running in the bay in a specific lot area? Can we do any kind of coordinates?
They have not been able to track it down to be that precise.
Okay. Will it hit before we get there?
It'll be close.
Okay. So, anybody got any suggestions?
Well, time is
Right.
of the
Design?
no, time is of the essence.
Right.
So
Well, we're in flight right now. This is what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
you're on the
We're
plane.
on the plane.
I was like,
By the way, just so you know, all of your ranger gear is on the plane.
got it.
Your squad car is on the plane. Squad car is usually set aside specifically for red and yellow, typically. Blue and green are both assigned typically motorcycles. So there are 2 motorcycles aboard as well.
Okay.
So, for the record, they have specially outfitted yours to fit your particular stature and such. So
It has a reinforced frame.
it has a reinforced frame, but it also has heavier armor than the typical motorcycle as a result.
Okay.
So, but all of that equipment is on board.
To transform, you do have to have 6 energy, though.
Yes, you do. And right now, I know each of you do have energy. It's what, 3, 2, none.
2.
Okay, for the record, each of you, with the promotion and such, I'm giving you an extra 2 energy now.
Okay. So excited I've been promoted.
You've all been promoted.
What are the
We're all
chances?
so excited.
What are
I'm
the
so excited.
hey, fearless leader?
Yes, sorry.
What are the chances that that the attack is going to be the Light Academy?
Well, with landing in the bay, they're probably going to want to attack the academy itself, knowing that we would probably run to the rescue because I would assume they probably also know the other rangers are not here currently.
So
So they'll land at least nearby, probably not directly on the place.
Now, for the record, the Lightspeed Rescue Academy itself, Mariner Bay is the name of the city.
Right.
Okay. In the bay, underwater, is the Lightspeed Aqua Base. Now, the Lightspeed Aqua Base is actually the base of operations for the Lightspeed Rangers themselves. At the moment, as I said, those Rangers are off-world.
So we should.
The Academy is elsewhere in the city.
So we should, whatever airport area we land in, as soon as we land, we should actually probably already be in our vehicle, so we can just immediately head out into whatever direction we need to go to get wherever it's going to land. As soon as we see it coming down.
I do agree.
Okay.
Probably, comic will probably hit the road a little faster and make our way a little quicker.
I'm like, even though you're the leader, not gonna change how I roll on the scene.
Of course.
First on the scene.
That's that. I think we should probably at least hopefully get a head start as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So
Bikes
should,
are going to be a little bit quicker, yeah.
And also establish a perimeter if need be.
Yeah.
should we head for the
Look
Aqua
upwards.
Base or should we head for the Academy then?
I would say we head for the
Well, at least-
academy, depending on where it lands.
To
Basically.
be fair, we probably also need to get any extra information we can get before before taking off too far, like any updates and stuff
Yeah.
like that as we
Once we land.
Once we land,
Yeah.
and then we'll take off in directions we need to.
Do we have any information on where the biggest civilian populations that, like
City.
anything that may be going on to gather civilians that this transport might go for?
You can do an information check.
Yeah.
At least a 4.
No!
Nothing that you can find through any
Just social media.
social media or anything like that.
Okay, so basically the plan at this exact moment is everybody be in their vehicles and be ready to move out. When we land, we get more information. So we have communicators and things like that within the cars and stuff like that. We can send off information. So me and Felicia will be in the cars to get the information, and I guess the bike guys, blue and green, will head out like first to go for the academy, just to check up on it real quick, and then whenever it lands and comes in, we converge on that place. And that's probably the best we're going to be able to do at the moment until we have more information, I would assume. Any thoughts, Doctor?
Depending on the nature of the hostile that is inbound for Mariner Bay,
Which we have 0 on.
since the Lightspeed Rangers are part of the same overarching organization as yourselves,
Yes.
that means that you would have full access to any equipment and personnel that would be in the Aqua Base itself.
Noted. That would be useful.
If the creature's smart enough, it could send a force, because I seriously doubt it's alone,
Probably.
to occupy the Aqua Base and prevent you from getting your hands on any additional equipment or resources you might need. But
Then-
these things' modus operandi seems to be just to scare the bejesus out of the populace.
Yeah.
And if they're going to do that, the Lightspeed Academy means a great deal to Mariner Bay.
So then the original plan with you two going to the bay or to the academy is probably the better option still. And just in case, while I will head to the Aquamarine to collect just to scout out collecting the information from there. Felicia, since you are more of our long range fighter, it'd be a lot easier for you to hang back and then catch up to wherever you need to go to be able to do your thing.
I will.
Yes?
I will be more than happy to do my thing from downtown.
Sounds good.
I'm assuming the doctor will be with you then.
Yes, that would probably be for the best.
Because you don't need to be just a one-man team.
No, I don't need to do one.
No.
And you'll be at the playing area with the other
And I'll be
backups.
support
We'll
for
be
you
alone.
too as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So splitting this kind of 2 teams basically.
Right.
Also,
Me and I guess his just the doctor, right, or Gavin or whatever,
Right.
would go toward the Aquamarine collecting information. You guys will go toward the Academy collecting information, and then we'll converge when we need to converge.
Got it.
also we don't forget Rodriguez and Umiko.
Yes, keep an eye out for Rodriguez and
I
Umiko. Any
assume-
information?
I assume they're hostages or.
Well, that's what we're there to find out because
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
have no
we have no
information.
clue.
Would the she would ask the doctor, would the promotion for Rodriguez go into effect even if he's not present?
Well, I
as-
assume we have his morpher right here, so
Ready to go.
I will
I
hold
mean,
on,
as in
hold on to it.
Would he have to have his morpher to have access to the things at the Aqua Base?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
So I will keep his morpher on me.
Your Delta Morpher serves as
okay,
your effectively your badge and proof of identity.
got it.
I think it's a
So-
given, but it's fine.
You wind up getting a call over your comm settings and whatnot.
Is it bad that the mind working now? So I'm like, doot, 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 doot. What do you personalize my morpher? So it has this.
You wind up having a view screen pop on in your vehicles, or in y'all's cases on the dash of
Yeah.
your motorcycles.
Yeah.
Hello, Rangers. It's Detective Lieutenant Lisa Anthony. I'm in charge of the investigation on our end into your missing colleague. Detective Sergeant Umiko and Cadet Rodriguez's vehicle is a lost cause. Whatever poison is contained in their vehicle is biological in origin, closer to a venom than an actual poison. It's not man-made. And it is lethal on contact. If it makes skin contact with you, your best course of action would be to morph immediately. Your armor would stabilize your condition.
Noted.
We don't know the delivery system, but I can tell you that what we first suspected were bullet holes aren't.
Okay.
There's no powder residue, there's no scorch marking from laser beams, nothing.
So is it safe to assume that Umiko and Rodriguez have definitely been captured then? Otherwise we would have just found corpses, right?
Correct. There was not enough biological material
So they melted.
to make up a body, much less two. But I can tell you that if I didn't know better, the multiple bullet holes look every bit like multiple snake bites. Strong
That's
enough
creepy.
to punch through an SPD squad car. For the record, your armor is a little bit sturdier than that.
We've got the doc with us. He's sturdier than both of us. So I'm just like,
Is that
Now's not the time for that.
my armor can stand up to a great deal, cadet. Haven't tested it against corrosion yet.
no time like the present.
So there you go, silver lining.
Yeah.
Is that a crack at my choice of paint scheme for the armor, cadet?
No, you hadn't tested for corrosion yet. Now's your chance.
Like I said, no time
Good
like
pun.
the present.
If it's all the same, rather not.
For once, I actually
Come on, Doc.
agree.
You're so confident. Come on. We got this. If Rodriguez was here, he would say, maximum effort forward. Maximum confidence. Let's do this.
Maximum Rodriguez.
That's right.
So,
The first time in a while, I actually miss him hearing that. I actually miss hearing that.
so your plane is coming in for a landing at Mariner Bay International. Basically, they've already let down the back hatch so that as soon as you touch down, you can peel out if you
Yeah.
so
We,
choose.
we're going,
Yeah, we
we're
boom.
We're like, keep up, doggy.
So you got like,
Both of y'all need to make checks for your motorcycle.
What you have on?
I'm gonna make it a 4 for both of you
Okay.
because you're graceful since you are Kalani and it's part of your backstory that you like motorcycles. So we're not gonna say this is terribly difficult.
Woo.
Boom.
Yeah.
You peel out. Basically, the feline has a head start.
Yeah.
As it turns out, somebody when they secured your vehicle,
Yeah.
they takes a little extra force to kick the kickstand. But you take off
Yeah.
shortly after him. So, you guys are on your way to the academy. Okay. I assume that you and Gavin are in the squad car.
peel out. Yep.
Okay. There obviously is another vehicle on board. There is a standard there is a standard motorcycle aboard that you can travel on. It's not the same as theirs, but it is a standard motorcycle that you can use if you need to.
Yeah.
All right. So, we will start with those going to the academy. Are you going to actually go with them?
She was going to be in whatever spare vehicle we had and just kind of bring up the rear with them and keep an eye out.
Okay.
Gather information, intel, and go a little bit slower than they were.
Okay. All right. So, you guys are on your way doing that, and you
Do I
and...
take a roll for the car when I come out? Or just...
No, because there's no way they're going to release the car before the plane stops moving.
Yeah.
Whereas the motorcycles, they did. All right. So, you guys head off. Want blue and green to make a roll against a 5, and yellow can make a roll against a 4.
5.
Nope.
2.
I don't think it matters what color dice I hand you, Josh. So,
That's the fact
Do I
that Mike
pass or
can't
no?
open.
what's that?
Do I pass? No.
Yes, you passed. So, you wind up, as you're heading off, you catch a glimpse of something in the sky. You actually see this shuttle coming down at a high rate of speed. There's no way in the world it makes a safe landing.
Oh, dear Lord. So we got.
And you do not recognize the design.
But I communicated over there. I was like, we got high impact coming in fast.
Start.
Both of y'all rolled again against a 4 this time.
Can I have a question?
Yes.
Sorry. I assumed, by the way, I probably should have said this, but I assume they've already got evacuation stuff going on.
They've already given order for
Okay.
people to start leaving, yes.
Okay.
There's no way in the world that the place
Yeah.
is completely
I
evacuated.
understand that. That's
Yeah.
why I was just curious. Sorry.
So,
That's why I yelled out, it's coming in fast. We gotta hurry.
At 5.
you got a 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hanging it back a little further back, you're able to actually use sensors and whatnot to kind of figure out the trajectory. That thing is going to crash in, and I do mean crash, down by the wharf, which luckily is a warehouse district that at this point is basically abandoned. Because it's Power Rangers and there's always an abandoned warehouse.
Yay!
She will pass that along to you two and feed it. If she can feed it into their dash,
You can.
Yes.
she will feed it into the dash with the trajectory. Should we alter course?
What did I say? What did I say? Definitely don't, of course. We need to figure out if anything is even going to be over there when we get there.
She will also inform fire rescue of
Right.
support that we have.
Right.
Actually,
Basically, Lightspeed has been notified of what's going on, so they can send support crews.
Yeah.
Actually, boss man, should we keep going with bit to the academy, or should we, at least one of us head that direction?
I would say at least one of you and Sonny's check at the academy just to be sure. But the other two can go just to be there when it lands. The other one it should be someone's fast.
Yeah, call me. Tia, go ahead and head to the academy. I'll take care of the ship.
Why don't you? Since you're the faster one, and
Technically faster.
you're the lighter weight. You're the lighter weight of the three of us on vehicle. Why don't you go ahead to the academy? We'll take a look at the wharf.
Fine.
Okay.
Come on, partner.
Hey, look at
All right.
I wasn't calling you fat. I'm saying.
wait, hey, look. You've seen my abs. You know you can't even fake that comment.
Once you're sure the academy is good,
Mhm.
you then immediately head over to where the thing is launched and make sure when you're going back, you're watching for anything coming toward the academy. That's why I wanted you guys to be going from the academy to it to be the pathway.
Got it.
To get there. I don't quickly explain to them. No.
Okay.
We get that. We just had to change plans slightly.
Yep.
You and Gavin arrive at the Aqua Base.
Get out. we get out.
Yep.
Run in the active base. Find immediately someone who is in charge, or can direct me to someone who's in charge.
So you get to the aqua base.
Yes.
You get there. It's locked from the outside.
Okay, we have the locks outside. I go on like my whatever, or I guess the car, or however it would need to be to communicate with them.
You have a morpher that has
I'll
a
use my
communication
morpher.
device on it.
To contact the outside, say this is SPD Red, I guess is what it
And for the
Hello?
record, it would be Delta Red.
is. Delta Red. Okay. This is Delta Red. Come in. This is Delta Red.
Static. And the whole time, Dr.
Yeah.
Steele is checking his watch.
Right. Yes, Doctor.
I do believe we're getting jammed.
Great. Well, we just got TN's trajectory, so we know where they're falling. What does it look like on the outside? Does it look like it's been attacked already?
It does not.
I have a bad feeling.
Well, only one thing for it. With your permission, Cadet.
I think back to when Sergeant was telling me to breach or like check the door. So I check the door. I checked the door. It's locked, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
You see, he goes up. There's a security keypad.
Yeah.
He pops his wrist device.
Mhm.
The shield part flips up. He holds it up to the keypad, and basically you see access authorized. And the door unlocks.
I go in with Justin because I'm just when the door opens, do I see anything immediately?
Basically, you see a massive corridor. The outside of the aqua base is very unassuming. It's
Right.
basically a fairly small building that leads into a tunnel that goes down into the bay. When you go in, you see about 3 golf carts, what should be a guard shack. Doesn't have any guards in it.
Pull out my gun.
And you see a long, well-lit corridor that leads down into the base.
Delta Red to the rest of the squad. I've arrived at Aqua Cornerini.
Aqua base.
Aqua Base. Appears to be no communication from the inside. The doctor and I are going to slowly make our way in and check out what's going on, see if everybody's okay. If we lose contact, Felix is in charge, or Delta Blue. Delta Blue knows what to do, and you guys know what to do.
I say, we're on it, boss.
Copy that.
Mm-hmm. Aye, aye.
Ranger on.
So,
And I'm like, Gavin will get behind me and we'll just go down the hall and make sure.
you can. It's a long walk, Cadet. Which one looks nice to you? And he gestures over to the golf carts. So, over to you guys.
Oi.
So, you get to the academy.
Yes.
When you get to the academy, you see personnel scrambling. You see fire engines, you see ambulances, you see medevac helicopters, basically all being prepped. The academy is on high alert. Every cadet and active duty personnel you see there is basically hustling, getting ready for whatever happens. They have evacuated a number of the civilians to the academy itself, short of the aqua base. It's the most secure place in town. They're also using that as an evac point. You basically see choppers coming in and hauling people out, as well as vehicles, buses, and whatnot. When you arrive, you see one individual basically directing traffic in a rather high-ranking looking uniform.
About it. Delta Blue Banks. Well, so I just need a update on the evacuation that we have set in place, and any information you can give me.
The woman turns around. Yeah. Delta Blue? I wasn't aware there were any active Rangers on planet.
Well, I'm about to say. I know, right? It's like,
Yeah.
that's like,
Just to be sure.
she's like, about to say, we are just newly assigned here to take somewhat control of the situation. I need information. Anything you can give me. What is going on?
All right. Well, Captain Mitchell, my cadets are evacuating the city systematically from the wharf outward, since that seems to be where this is going to crash at. And I have our fire and emergency team ready to set up a barricade and perimeter. Whatever lands there, cadet, is going to be isolated. You'll have plenty of room to work.
Excellent. By any chance, have you heard any information or seen anything of what's her name again? Emiko?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
I don't know. I forget her rank. I'm sorry.
Detective Sergeant.
Detective Sergeant Emiko and Cadet Rodriguez. Any information at all? Have they come by? Have you seen anything of those names?
Were they on assignment in Mariner Bay?
They were not.
How would they have gotten here?
To be honest, they were attacked, potentially brought to this area. I don't know their situation. I'm just hoping somebody has any information on them.
Okay. Do me a favor.
Yes.
Roll a die.
Yes.
Get at least a 3.
Okay.
They told you how they got transported. It looked like it was traces of a transmat beam. Basically, it looked like they were teleported.
Teleported?
Yep.
Okay. So, well, they probably were teleported here. But I have no idea if their situation has changed at all and may have escaped or gotten anywhere to safety.
You see her look. Cadet Andrews. And you see the cadet rush up and has a mobile pad under her. Your pad. She takes it. We picked up a high energy beam targeting the East Coast. She flips it around and you can see a beam that basically looks like it hit New Tech City. Traces up into the atmosphere. Your friend's on that ship.
No.
Maximum crap.
I say thank you.
Maximum peril.
I say thank you. Please continue evacuation. Yeah, I say I need to make a call real fast. And then on the call, this is Delta. Delta Blue. Anybody copy?
Delta
Copy.
green copy.
Delta yellow.
You hear nothing.
Yep.
No, you hear.
That ship that's crashing down.
Yeah.
Has our comrades on it. So.
So are we actually receiving this?
Yeah,
or
you
not?
guys are.
Yeah.
You guys.
Cadet Marvin is not hearing squat.
Yeah.
Not your squad.
Hey,
I'm gonna go
Max.
car.
Yes.
Is there any way to slow that thing from where we're at?
I'm about to say, I don't know of too much technology in the world is going to make that thing slow down.
Blast what's got that's what we will do.
You could slow it down with a Zord. It's Captain Mitchell behind you. I don't think you've been cleared for those if you've just been promoted.
No.
If Carter were here, he would say that this is the dumbest thing I could do right now. You haven't been cleared to run a Zord Cadet, but I have. Unfortunately, I haven't had my Ranger powers for quite a while.
Well, no time like the present.
Don't need yours. Where are the rest of your colleagues?
2 of them are on the way to potentially the crash site, and the other ones are at the Aquamarine base.
Alright. If you can get through to your friends at the Aqua base, tell them not to shoot the captain that shows up in a few minutes.
I'll see what I can do.
She runs and basically grabs a... You see her run and grab a what basically looks like a Hummer.
Gotcha.
Shouts some orders, and she peels off in the direction of the Aqua base.
Delta Red, can you hear me? Delta Red, come in.
You're going to need to be a little resourceful right about now.
That sounds about right.
Boost your signal.
I'm like, what's going on?
You're getting static every time you try to get through to him. Professional. Anyway.
That happened last time, too.
Yeah, it did.
Fantastic.
It's my work alarm, so I never turn it off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it'll be alright. That's all right. So I need to find a way to get some communication. So I start tinkering with.
Yep. Make a check just tinkering with your morpher. You need a 4. 4. The interference seems to be electromagnetic in origin.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not so much that you're being jammed as it is the vehicle, the shuttle that is crashing down is basically interfering. Anything above ground is probably good. Your friends are probably underground by now. But you might be able to tinker with it a little bit.
Alright.
Professional.
Jesus, Jesus.
The worst. Oh, the worst.
So a little bit of tinkering, and it's
I'm getting all the
not,
signal over here. Apparently.
it's not going to be a great message, and you probably can't get more than a few words through.
Okay.
But you can probably punch a signal through to Delta Red.
Delta Red, if you can get this, we have a former Ranger on the way, Captain Mitchell is on the way to you, and they need powers. Please don't attack on sight. I'm on my way to the crash site, and hopefully be able to assist my fellow comrades. Hopefully you get this.
What you hear come through your morpher, very broken, with lots of static, is former Captain Mitchell, don't shoot, on way, comrades. and in between all of that is static.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I think someone. I looked at the doctor. I was like driving or whatever. I think someone's coming down here. Someone named Captain Mitchell. I heard "don't shoot," so I guess I'm not supposed to shoot something.
Probably don't shoot Captain Mitchell.
Probably, not sure why I'd shoot a captain, but anyways. And then help and comrades.
So I don't know what in the world the last part means. We are helping your comrades. As far as don't shoot and Captain Mitchell, only Captain Mitchell I know is Dana Mitchell.
Okay.
And about 30 years ago, she gave up her powers as the Pink Lightspeed Ranger.
Okay.
No idea why she'd be heading to the Aqua Base. but it's got to be important.
It's gotta be. Wonder what we'll find when we finally get down there.
Whatever it is,
Why wasn't she here then? Is she in charge of the academy? Do you know?
she's the commandant of the
The
academy.
academy? Okay. Well, then I guess if she's going to arrive, well, I mean, the place, the way was clear all the way up to this point, so we don't need to go back or anything like that.
Yeah, you're basically in the golf cart,
Yeah.
and you're down toward.
Yeah.
It's a very clean golf cart. It actually doesn't make any noise at all. They're all electric. It could be a Prius.
Oh, now I feel real good.
Kidding. If you own a Prius out there, it's a joke.
Yes, it is a joke.
Sorry, Dennis.
So,
That won't bother you.
sorry, Dennis. But you get down there. Once you get down to the bottom area, you see trails of this green, sort of viscous liquid.
Is it burning the floor? Does it look anything like, basically anything like the stuff we saw before?
Oh,
Acid
yes.
like that. Okay.
Not necessarily. If it is acidic or anything like that, it's not eating through the material down here.
Right. Strong
You
material.
you do smell a fairly strong acrid smell.
Alright, so I'm assuming we can't go any further on the cart. We have to walk now or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So we'll get out of the cart and, walking sticks and we'll slowly make our way forward. Do we see any soldiers, or military personnel or police officers like on the ground or anybody along those lines? Melted away.
You don't see anything like that immediately. Where you are going into the aqua base. So you're basically right now seeing a series of quarters that would lead to living quarters and things like that. If you continue forward, you wind up in C&C.
Okay.
But the aqua base is set up in rings.
Right, in rings, okay.
So,
Well, we should probably get to Command Central first,
Yes.
just to check it out. So that's where we'll head first.
not that you have to be told this, but I do believe, Cadet, this falls into the category of look and don't touch.
Yes. Look and don't touch. Unless you'd like to test it on your armor right now.
Thank you. No.
Do you have a sidearm?
Never used one before.
Great. I'm the only one with a sidearm here. Awesome. See, if we're going,
This is why you're on point, Cadet.
Yes, this is why I'm on point. And you mumbles there. Well, I figured your armor doesn't go on a sidearm.
Yeah, so they're like, didn't need it before.
Yes, Adam is getting slightly petty for reasons.
All right.
Sounds like a Power Ranger show.
So back to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you arrive on the scene. Area is pretty much abandoned. The exception of essentially a large circular area has been set up almost ceremonially, and you see traveling in opposite directions, concentric circles around this thing. You see, if it wasn't for the fact that you can tell they're not from Earth, you would say they were cobras. Slithering, forming these circles that are probably 20, 30 yards in diameter. And overwatching them, you guys see about a dozen crushers. Crushers are the foot soldiers that they encountered last session.
Got it.
I do radio to Max.
Yes.
There is a large hostile presence on the beach. 2 large snake-like aliens, and a dozen Crusher class foot soldiers.
Jesus.
And if I can take a guess, these snake things are clearing a landing zone.
Run a sensors check on the snakes just to,
Okay.
since they're unknown. I mean,
Need a 4.
we got a 1, so no.
What you can tell is they're not of Earth.
Hmm.
It's not simply one snake. It's several.
Oof.
They are acting in such a coordinated effort that they appear to be a single unending snake in each circle.
Mm.
That's the very basics your sensors tell you,
Yeah.
but anything beyond that, you get nothing.
All right, you two.
She does pass that along
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
All right, you two. No major movements. Just keep an eye out. We don't want to make. We don't want any unnecessary casualties. But we can't necessarily let them have their way.
Well, we
I
don't-
am on my way,
Yeah.
but
Try to secure a better tactical position.
correct.
Mm.
Okay.
Rooftop.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can we also scan for just to make sure there's no civilians in the area?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'll scan for. Well, actually, once we get closer in, I'm actually going to try to basically with all this alien and Crusher, which they're are they robots or?
You never checked last time.
Yeah, but knowing that I know what
Unknown.
I know what they smell like,
Yes.
and I those things are going to be big alien. Basically, I'm going to try to scent for just human.
Okay.
You smell. I'll ping.
Okay. And 4 is what you need.
I got a 4.
Yep.
Because
I got a 4.
using my hypersenses.
Yes. So, start with you. There's no human life signs in the area.
Okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
For you, you smell the Crushers. You smell this very bitter, acrid odor coming from
The ship.
the things, the snakes. And you smell the same odor coming from one, hard to pinpoint, of the adjacent buildings. Except it's more intense.
Like the same smell as the snakes.
Mhm.
It's like building. Look about 15 yards to your right. I don't know what's in that building, but it smells exactly like those 2 things on the beach.
Oh, you passed a check.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm at a 6. I can actually look at both more.
Mm-hmm.
So, that will be where we end part 2 of episode 2 of A New Breed of Hero here on Delta Ranger. So, next time when we come back, what will we find on the beach? Are Delta Green and Yellow going to take the high ground? And if so, are they going to take it in whatever building the acrid odor is coming from? What will Delta Red and Gavin find in the Aqua Base? And will Delta Blue make it to his comrades in time to make a difference? And is that thing in the sky actually going to crash land and kill their friends? Find out next time on Delta Squad. Remember, you can help out our heroes in the chat and in the comments down below. Use the hashtags underneath me. They'll be able to use them, we promise. And then, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, all those wonderful things as well. Cards for a lot of this stuff is going to wind up over on the Facebook page. All the basic cards are already there, but there'll be new stuff that goes up as we explore it in the game. Stuff like old Ranger characters that may show up and have cameos or things like that. They're not. But anything that's germane to our characters and what they're doing and what they're actually playing with, those things will pop up over there. So, folks, until next time, I'm Mike.
I'm Josh.
I'm Judy.
I'm Chris.
Margaret.
And we'll see you next time on Delta Squad. Let's say Delta Ranger. Same thing. See you then.